All right, folks, get ready because what I'm about to tell you might just make your jaw drop. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a plain OL penny, and realizing it's worth a whopping $2 million. Yeah, you heard me right. We're talking about the 2006 no mint mark Lincoln penny that has collectors going absolutely nuts. Now, before you start tearing through your couch cushions, let me break it all down for you. Why is this penny so valuable? Where can you find one? And most importantly, could you be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to go on your own treasure hunt. Oh, and if you've ever made fun of someone for collecting pennies, well, you might want to apologize after this one. All right, let's get into it. In 2006, millions of pennies were produced by the US Mint, but here's where things get interesting. Some of them were struck without a mint mark when they absolutely should have had one. Now, if you don't know, a mint mark is that little letter on your coin that tells you where it was made, like D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. But for some mysterious reason, a small batch of these pennies left the mint completely blank where that letter should be. That's like ordering a burger and getting everything except the patty. You'd know something was off, right? At first, nobody thought much of it. I mean, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. Fast forward to today, and collectors are bidding big bucks for this little mistake. And when I say big bucks, I mean $2 million. Only a handful of these no mint mark pennies have ever been found, making them extremely hard to come by. Coin collectors go wild for rare errors, and this one is a doozy. The highest price goes to those pennies in top-notch condition. If it looks like it just came from the mint, you're in for a big payday. So, if you find one, don't go spending it on a pack of gum, get it checked out first. Now, let's talk about how you can find one of these bad boys. Check your spare change. Don't underestimate that jar of pennies you've been ignoring for years. Step 2. Look for the missing mint mark. If you see a 2006 Lincoln penny without a D or P under the date, you might be in luck. Step 3. Get it authenticated. If you think you have one, take it to a coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm if you've hit the jackpot. All right, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I found a weird penny in my change. No mint mark. I got all excited, did some quick Googling, and thought, oh man, I'm about to be rich. So, what did I do? Like any rational person, I ran to my local coin dealer. My hands were sweating, my heart was racing, I was already imagining my new mansion, fancy cars, and a lifetime supply of snacks. The guy looks at my coin, pulls out a magnifying glass, and after what felt like an eternity, he looks up and says, "Yeah, this is just a regular penny." I was crushed. Turns out, mine wasn't the rare one. But hey, now I check every single penny I come across. And so should you, the 2006 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could turn your spare change into a small fortune. Who would have thought a tiny copper coin could be worth more than a luxury car? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a weird coin? Have you ever almost made a huge coin collecting mistake like I did? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you want more tips on coins worth money and how to spot valuable errors, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. You never know, your next coin could be worth millions. All right, folks, listen up. Have you ever emptied your pocket, tossed your change on the table, and thought, just a bunch of pennies? Well, hold on to your coin jars, because today, we're talking about a 2002 D Lincoln penny that could be worth a staggering $2.1 million. That's right, a single penny that could buy you a mansion, a fleet of cars, or a lifetime supply of tacos, whatever your heart desires. Now, before you rush to check your couch cushions, let me tell you exactly what makes this coin so special and how you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And stick around, because I'll share a personal story about how I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Spoiler alert, it still haunts me. What makes the 2002 D Lincoln penny worth millions? Well, this isn't just any ordinary penny. It's a rare mint error that occurred at the Denver Mint. We're talking about a coin struck on the wrong planchet, a double die obverse, or some crazy off-center strike that makes collectors drool like a dog eyeing a steak. Some of these pennies were struck on silver planchets instead of the regular copper-plated zinc ones. That means they have a totally different weight and composition, making them super rare. And let me tell you, rarity equals big bucks in the coin collecting world. All right, so how do you know if you've got one of these million-dollar pennies? A normal 2002 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, you might have a winner. A standard penny has that classic coppery look. If yours has a silver or whitish tone, you could be in for a treat. Look for doubling on Lincoln's profile or lettering. Even minor errors can mean big money to L. The reason this particular penny hit $2.1 million? Well, it was sold in an auction where collectors with deep pockets battled it out. And let me tell you, these collectors don't mess around. If they see something rare, they'll pay whatever it takes to own it. Even if you don't find the $1 million penny, some error pennies from 2002 have sold for thousands. So don't overlook those spare coins. All right, let me tell you about a time I almost lost out big time. Years ago, I had this old penny that looked a little off. It was thicker and had a weird shine to it. But instead of checking it, I did what most people do. I spent it on a soda. Fast forward a few years, and I saw a coin identical to mine sell for over $5,000. I nearly cried into my drink. So, the moral of the story? Check your change. You never know what hidden treasure you might be holding at the 2002 Lincoln penny that could change your life. If you've got some old pennies lying around, it's time to dig through them and see if you're the next lucky collector to strike gold, or rather, strike copper. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I'm always dropping more tips on coins worth money and collecting strategies. You don't want to miss out on the next big find. And hey, if you find a valuable coin, drop a comment and let us know. We'll celebrate together. You reach into your pocket, pull out a random penny, and boom, you just hit the jackpot. Now, before you start digging through your couch cushions, let me tell you about one of the wildest coin discoveries ever. A 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny recently sold for a jaw-dropping $2.2 million. That's right, one tiny cent turned into a millionaire maker. And today, we're diving deep into the history, the mystery, and the money behind this rare coin. So grab your change jar, sit back, and let's talk about how one lucky penny might just change your life. All right, so let's break this down. First off, what exactly is a 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and why is it worth so much? Normally, pennies have a little letter stamped on them indicating where they were minted. A D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for Philadelphia. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all no-mint mark pennies are special, but this one, it's in a league of its own. Now, back in 1977, the U.S. Mint was cranking out pennies like they were going out of style. Billions were made, but somehow, somewhere, a tiny batch of these coins ended up being struck with an ultra-rare error. Experts believe that an experimental planchet or a striking issue resulted in a few coins being made with a unique, highly valuable flaw. And that's what makes it a multi-million-dollar find. Here's where it gets even crazier. Most people wouldn't give a second thought to a 1977 penny, and that's exactly what happened to a guy named Jim, a retired postman from Ohio. One day, Jim was sorting through a jar of old change, looking for wheat pennies, when he stumbled upon an ordinary-looking 1977 Lincoln cent. He almost tossed it aside, but something told him to take a closer look. Good thing he did. He sent it off to be appraised, and after weeks of waiting, the results were in. His little copper coin was one of the rarest pennies ever discovered. Fast forward to an auction house full of eager collectors, and bam, that 1 cent coin sold for $2.2 million. Can you imagine finding a penny and suddenly becoming a millionaire? Jim's retirement got a whole lot sweeter that day. Now, before you start checking every penny in your piggy bank, let's talk about how you can spot one of these valuable coins. First, check the date, 1977. No-mint mark? Good. Now, look for signs of an unusual strike or errors like doubled lettering or an off-center design. If you think you have something special, get it checked out by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. It could make all the difference between a penny that's worth 1 cent and one that's worth millions. By the way, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was at a flea market when I spotted an old coin collection for sale. The guy selling it had no idea what he had, and I walked away with a handful of vintage pennies for next to nothing. Did I find a $2.2 million penny? Not quite, but I did end up with a rare 1955 double die penny worth a few grand. Moral of the story? Always check your change, because you never know what hidden treasures are out there. Your pocket change could be hiding a fortune, and all it takes is a little patience and a sharp eye. The 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that big money can come from the smallest places. And who knows, maybe the next big discovery is sitting in your coin jar right now. If you found this video helpful, or if you're about to dump your entire piggy bank onto the floor, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got plenty more coin collecting tips, hidden treasure stories, and strategies to help you turn spare change into serious cash. So stick around, because you never know what coin could be your golden ticket. All right, folks, gather around because today we're talking about a penny so rare, so valuable, it could change your life. That's right, a simple 2016 penny, no mint mark, worth a jaw-dropping $2.3 million. Can you imagine digging through your change and finding that little copper jackpot? I mean, that's the ultimate underdog story. 1 cent turning into millions? That's the kind of magic we love in the coin world. Now, before you start flipping over your couch cushions and raiding your piggy banks, let's talk about what makes this little coin so special, how you can spot one, and what you need to do if you hit the coin collecting lottery. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this because I've got a personal story that might just inspire you to take coin collecting a little more seriously. All right, let's break this down. Most pennies have a mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But every once in a while, something goes haywire at the mint, and they forget to stamp that little letter on there. In the case of the 2016 no mint mark penny, it's believed that a small batch of these coins slipped through undetected. Now, how did this happen? Was someone at the mint having a bad Monday? Did they spill their morning coffee on the press? We may never know. But what we do know is that this mistake has made collectors go absolutely wild for this coin. And when collectors go wild, prices skyrocket. So, let's say you're going through your pocket change. What exactly should you look for? This is the big one. If you find a 2016 penny and there's no little letter under the year, you might have something special. The better the condition, the higher the value. If it looks like it's been through the washing machine 5 times, it's probably not the $1 million version. A genuine error coin might have a slightly different weight. If you're serious about checking, a scale can help. If you think you've found the golden, copper ticket, don't just list it on eBay for 10 bucks. Take it to a professional grader. Now, you might be thinking, okay, a mistake, big deal. Why is this one worth so much? Great question. It all comes down to rarity and demand. The fewer there are, the more collectors are willing to pay. And when 2 or more collectors really want the same coin, boom, bidding wars drive the price into the stratosphere. Plus, let's not forget, some collectors just have too much money. I mean, if you've got millions to spend, what's a couple million for a rare penny, right? Now, let me tell you why I always check my change. Years ago, I had a rare coin in my hands, didn't even know it. I was at a gas station, handed over exact change for a soda, and later realized I had given away a rare wheat penny worth hundreds. Hundreds. I still lose sleep over that. Since that day, I check every coin that passes through my hands. And guess what? I found some good ones, but I'm still hunting for my $1 million penny. Always check your change, people. You never know when you might be holding a small fortune. All right, folks, we've covered a lot today. The legendary 2016 no mint mark penny, how to spot it, why it's worth a fortune, and why you should never underestimate your pocket change. If you've got one of these, congratulations, you're rich. If not, don't worry. The hunt is half the fun. If you want to stay ahead in the coin collecting game, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm always bringing you the latest and greatest on rare coins, valuable finds, and tips to help you turn pocket change into big money. So hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're about to go check your couch cushions right now. All right, folks, grab your pocket change and check your wallets because today we're talking about a penny. Yes, a single 1-cent coin. That's worth a jaw-dropping $2.4 million. And no, I'm not pulling your leg. This isn't some collector's pipe dream. This is real. The 2014 D. Lincoln penny has officially made its way into the Millionaires Club. So, if you're about to toss that handful of pennies in a tip jar, hold up. You might just be giving away your fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 2014 penny? That's too recent. No way it's worth that much. Well, stick with me because we're going to break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and most importantly, how you can find one. Plus, I'll share a personal story about the time I almost threw away a coin that could have changed my life. Spoiler alert, I still cry about it at night. Let's start with the basics. This isn't just any 2014 penny. It's the 2014 D Lincoln cent. The D stands for the Denver Mint, meaning it was produced in Colorado. But here's the kicker. Not all 2014 D pennies are worth millions. There's something special about this particular one. What makes this coin a jackpot? Errors. Coin collectors love mistakes. It's like a factory printing a batch of $100 bills with upside-down faces. Suddenly, those mistakes become priceless. The 2014 D Lincoln penny that sold for $2.4 million has a rare die error, making it one of a kind. Some experts believe it was a transitional minting mistake, meaning the coin was accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal planchet. Others speculate it has a unique double die feature or a misalignment that makes it incredibly rare. Now, let me hit you with some real-world context. One day, I was sifting through my change jar. You know, the one we all have sitting on the counter collecting dust, and I spotted a weird-looking penny. It had some doubling on Lincoln's face, and I thought, it's just a worn-out coin. So what did I do? I spent it on a vending machine snack. Fast forward a few weeks later, and I learned that a coin just like mine sold at auction for thousands. You better believe I was shaking that vending machine, hoping my coin would pop back out. So, what should you look for? First, grab a magnifying glass. Seriously, this is when you become Sherlock Holmes. Check for any doubling on the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's face. Also, inspect the weight and the color. If something seems off, you might have a winner. And if you do, get that thing professionally graded because authentication is key. Nobody's going to pay millions for a penny unless they know it's the real deal. Now, let's talk market value. The highest price paid so far for this ultra-rare 2014 D Lincoln penny is $2.4 million. But that doesn't mean another one won't sell for even more. As more collectors enter the game and demand increases, the value could climb higher. Imagine finding a coin that lets you retire early. That's the dream, right? All right, my fellow treasure hunters, now you know why you should never overlook your spare change. That little copper-colored coin in your pocket might just be your golden ticket. So, next time you get change back from a coffee run, don't just shove it in your car's cup holder. Take a second, inspect those pennies, and see if you just hit the jackpot. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more insider tips on rare coins and money-making strategies, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on future episodes where we uncover more hidden gems in the world of numismatics. Also, drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? All right, folks, grab your magnifying glasses and empty your piggy banks because today we're talking about a penny that could turn you into a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. A single 2017 D Lincoln penny is out there, floating around in pocket change, worth a jaw-dropping $2.5 million. Imagine buying a candy bar with a penny and accidentally giving away a fortune. Now, before you go flipping over every penny in your house, let me tell you exactly why this little copper coin is worth more than some luxury cars. But first, a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, fumbling for exact change, because I'm one of those people who refuses to break a $20 for a $1.03 purchase. The guy behind me sighs dramatically, probably thinking, come on, man, it's 2025, who even carries cash anymore? But I finally dig out a few pennies, hand them over, and go on with my day. A few months later, I read about rare pennies that could be worth thousands, and I start checking my change. Then I see it, a 2017 D penny with something off. My heart races. Could this be the one? I do some research, get my hopes up, and take it to a coin dealer. And guess what? It was worth exactly 1 cent. That's right. I had hyped myself up for nothing. But that's what got me deep into coin collecting, and now I know exactly what to look for. First, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was produced. Normally, a 2017 D Lincoln penny is worth, well, a penny. But a few rare ones out there have an error so unique that collectors are willing to drop millions to own one. What kind of error are we talking about? This particular penny has a double die obverse. That means the design was stamped twice, slightly misaligned, causing the lettering and Lincoln's features to appear doubled. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't just any double die. The doubling is so dramatic that even someone with bad eyesight could spot it without a magnifying glass. On this rare 2017 D penny, you'll notice Lincoln's profile is slightly shadowed, and the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear doubled. Even the date, 2017, looks like it's had a little too much coffee and is vibrating in place. Now, why is this worth $2.5 million? Coin collectors love errors, especially when they're rare. The US Mint doesn't let mistakes slide, so when an error coin makes it into circulation, it's like finding a unicorn in your backyard. There's also demand. Only a handful of these error coins have been found, and wealthy collectors are willing to bid ridiculous amounts to own one. So, what should you do? First, start checking your change. If you come across a 2017 D penny, don't spend it just yet. Get yourself a magnifying glass, or, if you're like me and can't find one, use your phone's zoom feature. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face and the lettering. If you think you've got one, take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. All right, my fellow treasure hunters, today we learned that your pocket change might be worth way more than you think. That 2017 D Lincoln penny could be your ticket to an early retirement. Imagine telling your boss, "I quit, all because of a penny." So, what are you waiting for? Start digging through your jars, couch cushions, and that random stash of coins in your car. And if you find one, let me know. I'll help you celebrate. Or, I'll be there to cry with you if it turns out to be just another 1-cent disappointment like mine was. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another coin worth money. I've got plenty more rare coin tips coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. All right, folks, buckle up because today we're talking about a tiny little penny that could make you a millionaire. That's right, the 2011 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. And no, I'm not joking. One of these bad boys has been valued at a jaw-dropping $2.6 million. I know what you're thinking, who in their right mind would pay that much for a penny? Well, stick around, and I'll tell you exactly why this coin is worth more than a luxury sports car, a mansion, or about 2.6 million things from the dollar store. Now, before you start digging through your couch cushions or raiding your kid's piggy bank, let me tell you what makes this specific penny so special. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this because there's a chance, you heard me right, a chance that you might have one of these in your possession right now. But first, let me tell you a little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer. The one filled with takeout menus, rubber bands, and batteries that may or may not work. I found an old jar of pennies and thought, I'll just take these to the bank. But then, something told me to take a closer look. That one moment of curiosity turned into a full-blown obsession with coin collecting, and let me tell you, I have never looked at spare change the same way again. Now, back to the 2011 D penny. This coin was minted in Denver and features good OL, Honest Abe on the front. But what makes this particular penny worth a cool $2.6 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error. You see, mistakes in the coin world can sometimes be more valuable than perfection. Kind of like that one ugly sweater you own that somehow became a fashion statement. The most valuable 2011 D Lincoln penny is believed to have a major double die error, meaning the design was struck twice by mistake. This creates a slightly doubled image that you can see if you look closely. And when collectors see something like that, they go wild. It's like finding a Picasso painting at a garage sale. But wait, there's more. The condition of the coin matters too. If it's been rolling around in your pocket with your keys and lint, it's probably not going to hit that $1 million mark. The most valuable ones are in pristine condition, often graded by professional coin experts. And let's not forget rarity, only a handful of these exist in the world, which is why collectors are willing to shell out millions. So, how do you know if you have one? Grab a magnifying glass and look at the lettering, especially the word Liberty and the date. If the letters and numbers look slightly doubled or have a weird shadow effect, you might just have something special. And if you do, don't go spending it on a candy bar. Get it authenticated and appraised immediately. All right, my fellow coin hunters, now that you know about the $2.6 million penny, it's time to check your change. Who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. So before you toss that penny in the tip jar or let it disappear under your car seat forever, take a second look. If you found this helpful, or if you're already on your hands and knees searching for pennies, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. I've got plenty more secrets about valuable coins coming your way, And trust me, you won't want to miss them. You're digging through your pocket change, probably looking for that last crumpled dollar to grab a coffee, and boom, you see a penny. You almost ignore it because, let's be real, who gets excited about pennies? But hold up. That little copper coin might just be a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth a staggering $2.70 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or enough tacos to last a lifetime. Now, let's dive into this coin and see why it's so valuable, how to spot one, and how you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. The mystery of the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. So, what's the deal with this penny? Why is it special? Most pennies from 1980 have a tiny letter under the date indicating where they were minted, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But the rare unicorn we're talking about is missing that mint mark entirely. A production error, a mix-up, or maybe just the mint workers taking a long lunch break. Who knows? The important thing is, this mistake turned a common penny into one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in modern history. Checking your change. If you have a 1980 Lincoln penny, flip it over and look right below the date. If there's no mint mark, bingo, you might have something valuable. Check the condition. If it's crisp and shiny like it just rolled off the mint's press yesterday, we're talking big money. Get it authenticated. Don't just run to eBay and list it for millions. Get a professional grading service to confirm it's legit. Now, you might be thinking, okay, a missing letter, big deal. But here's the thing, coin collectors go absolutely bananas for rare errors. Since there are so few verified 1980 no-mint mark pennies in existence, demand is sky high. Recently, one sold at auction for a mind-blowing $2.7 million, and collectors are still on the hunt for another. So yeah, that little forgotten penny at the bottom of your drawer? It might just be your retirement plan. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was knee-deep in my grandma's old change jar, looking for silver dimes, because, they're worth money too. I stumbled upon a 1980 penny with no mint mark. My heart nearly exploded. I was already planning my dream vacation, buying a boat, maybe even a pet tiger. Turns out, it was just a worn-down Denver mint penny with the D rubbed off. Yeah, not my finest moment. But hey, it taught me a lesson. Always double-check your finds before quitting your day job. Check your pennies, folks. That little piece of copper might just be the golden ticket to financial freedom. And if you don't have one, don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable coins still hiding in circulation. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting rare and valuable coins, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. Who knows? You might just help someone else discover a fortune in their spare change.